This is the plaintiff, Anna Sarr. She says she bought a car for her daughter's birthday and graduation present, and the defendant sold her a real lemon. The car was not, she repeats, not sold as is. She spent all sorts of crazy money repairing the thing, and the defendant needs to pay her the $790 she's owed. This is the defendant, John Bianco. He says the plaintiff came to see the car and acted like she knew everything there was to know about them and how they worked. The next day, she came back with her mechanic, paid for the car in full, and then a week later, she blows the engine's head gasket and thinks he's responsible? Come on. He's accused of selling a clunker.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff bought a car for her daughter, a graduation present, and it was a disaster. The defendant says the plaintiff seemed like Mrs. Know-It-All, so tough. It's the case of your magna cum dum.
Okay, Anna Sarr, you are suing John Bianco for $790, the amount that it will cost you to repair your car, as well as the amount that you paid to tow the car that he sold to you that you feel he should be responsible for. Tell me what happened.
Okay, we found the car on Craigslist.
Who's
it was my daughter and me. Okay, this was her first car because she graduated. Okay, so
Congrats.
we went over to see the vehicle. The first thing he told me that it was a bad water pump. I agreed with the water pump. We paid for the water pump. Okay, then after that, when I had to have it towed home because
Wait. You bought a car that you had to tow home?
it had to be towed. You couldn't drive it because the water
Okay,
pump.
hold on. So how much did you pay for this car?
$800.
$800?
Yep.
Okay.
It needed a water
For a
pump.
car?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you have a mechanic take a look at it?
No.
Okay.
After
Did you know each other?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay, so I had this mechanic come, Tom Stretch.
How do you know him?
It's like one of my sister's friends.
If he's one of your sister's friends, why didn't you have the mechanic take a look at the car before you bought it?
Because I took his word it was only the water pump.
You took his word because you knew him for so long?
No, I didn't know
Right!
I didn't know.
Are you getting who's on first?
I know.
Okay, you starting to get the circle
Yeah.
here? Okay,
Now
go ahead.
I do.
Now you do. All righty, go ahead.
So Tom towed it to his shop. Okay, and then he started doing the repair. He put the water pump in. Then it needed a radiator and other things. Now it needs a whole new exhaust.
I can't imagine. You pay $800 for a car, you think it would be pristine.
Well, it ain't. And then
Right.
and then where I live, the car must be registered, insured, have a parking sticker on it, or you can't park it on my road.
Right.
They tow it right to the impound.
Right. Is that what happened to you?
Oh, no. I had to
Okay.
get everything on the car.
Okay, so what is it you're suing for? You're suing for $152 for a tow, but according to you, you were the one who called the tow company and you knew you'd have to tow it from where you were buying it.
No. I didn't know I had to tow it. No.
Did you test drive the car?
Huh? Yeah, I test drived it, but only up and down his driveway, down the driveway.
So when did you determine that you had to tow the car?
Because he said the water pump.
Yeah, but when you're test driving it, don't you? He had already told you about the water pump. So at that point, did you just say no? Forget it. I don't want to buy your car.
No, I took
Right.
his
You
word.
went ahead and bought the car. So why would he have to reimburse you for towing?
I don't. Well, and all.
It's not like a towing that happened later. Then I would understand why you're suing, but I don't even understand why you're suing on that because that was always your issue. What did he do wrong that would make him reimburse you? That was something you planned to do. So now the other $637 is to do what?
That was for the radiator, all the work that the mechanic put into it, like the new wires and all. I bought the wires and all. Okay, and then we had it done, and the mechanic charged us that much.
Right, and he should have to pay for it because...
He said it was only the water pump.
How does he know? That's what you have a mechanic take a look at it
Well,
for.
that's what he told me. It was only the water pump.
Okay,
And he even
did
said
he give you a warranty on the car?
No.
Okay, is there any paperwork from the transaction?
Well, yes.
Let me see the paperwork. What's going on?
Being sued?
Yeah, I know you're being sued. What happened here?
So, is this woman out of luck?
I think you should check everything before you actually buy anything, you know?
She checked nothing and the car didn't even run. Does she get anything?
No, she shouldn't even bought it.
Well, she bought it. Does she get her money back?
No.
Absolutely not. Going inside the courtroom.
I put a car on Craigslist for $1,000. It was a 1996 Infiniti G20 with 192,000 miles on it. Yeah. And I got the car. I was going to fix it up.
How did you get the car?
I actually bought it off Craigslist myself.
How much did you pay for it?
I paid about $500 for it.
Okay, and then you sold it for double?
Well, I was, going to fix it up and maybe try to make a couple dollars on the
didn't.
side. No, when I brought it home, I seen the water pump was leaking. I was like, you know what? If I fix it with the water pump or I don't fix the water pump, it's going to be the same value. So why waste my time putting money into it?
Why don't I just charge double what I got? It's America. You could do that. So you charge double what you got for it, and somebody bid.
I got a decent deal on it. Maybe we make a couple dollars, So I didn't even know the water pump was bad when I bought the car. Because I bought the car, started it up. It was nighttime. Then I had to tow it back to my place. So now I went to start it up. And
it's just what that car is going to do. It's just going to be like one of those little traveling gnomes.
Yeah, it's just going to spend its life on a tow truck, pretty much.
Right.
And then when I brought it back to my place, I noticed the water pump was leaking really bad. So, okay, I don't want to, run the car without a bad water pump. So I just threw it up on Craigslist. It said, runs and drives.
Let me see your Craigslist ad.
I didn't bring it.
Do you have his Craigslist ad?
When we tried to get it off Craigslist, they took it out already.
Okay.
But pretty much it just says very simple. It says runs and drives, needs water pump.
Okay.
Must be towed.
All right. And you know it runs and drives. Mm-hmm. Oh, it actually said must be towed?
Yeah, must be towed.
Did it say must be towed?
No.
All right. It runs and drives because you drove it up and down, and then it needs a water pump because you had to replace a water pump. And did you tell her it needed anything else?
No, because that's my knowledge. That's as far as I got with the car. So I didn't waste my time trying to see what else it needed. Because right there, I was like, you know what? Let me just.
So did you do any paperwork on this transaction?
I just wrote a deposit. Just a deposit. She'd put down like $60, so then she'll be back the next day.
Do you have that deposit slip?
No, I don't.
Do you have that deposit slip? May I see it?
I gave it to him.
Oh, sorry. It says, I, John Bianco, am accepting a $60 deposit on my 1996 Infiniti G20, which is not refundable. That's good. You put the words not refundable, so you have to get into quibble about that. Buyer states the car will be paid off on 4/8/13 in the rest of the amount of $740. And then she comes back the next day, and you who think to write a receipt that says not refundable and everything, don't think to write as is?
I just thought, with the mileage of the car and the year and the amount I sold it for.
But it would have been better to write something, right?
Absolutely.
You probably wouldn't even be here if you'd written something.
Yeah. I definitely learned my lesson about that.
Yeah.
But I just assumed with the mileage, year, and the price I sold it for.
Yeah, you don't have a leg to stand on. You just don't. When you're buying a 17-year-old car, you really should have it inspected beforehand, but nobody does. I mean, well, that's not true. People do. They just don't end up as litigants in front of me. So I just don't see those people, okay? So if it's a car that can't be driven to your mechanic, and your mechanic, it's not feasible for your mechanic to go to where the car is, don't buy the car. But when you're paying $800 for a car, you're kind of paying for the outside of the car. There's no promises or warranty implied in that sale just because he happens to put you on notice that there is a problem with the water pump. That doesn't mean that he's warrantying everything else. If you want to know what's wrong with it, find out what's wrong with it before you buy it, because a used car is an as-is sale. My verdict is for the defendant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so very quickly, the plaintiff hustles out of the courtroom here. What are you thinking of here?
Oh, well, that's all right. We still have the car.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is the car working?
Yeah, she drives
You
it.
driving it around? $800 car?
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing that the thing even runs $800.
It didn't, but we made it run.
What'd you learn?
Not to buy a lemon no more.
All right, okay. That's it. Basically, that's
all
it.
right. That's all right.
All right, what do you think? Here, come on in here. You satisfied how this comes out? Did you know the
absolutely.
as-is thing was going to happen?
Yeah, absolutely. It just, you get what you pay for, I guess.
Right.
$800 car, it's $800 car. You're not going to get a brand new car for $800. Want a brand new car? You go to a dealership, that's all.
Another as-is customer.
That's it.
Bites the dust. Harvey?
You're insane not to have a mechanic look at the car beforehand. What you can do is make the deal so that maybe if you actually buy the car, the seller will split the cost of the mechanic.